Welcome to my channel, Historical Images, where I share rare and historic photos that changed the world. Here you will find incredible images that capture important moments in history, from major world events to intimate and personal moments.
You've probably heard the well-known expression that an image is worth more than 1,000 words, but the photos in this collection have much more to say than each of these images. It has a rich and unique story that takes us to different times and offers us a unique view of what life was like. With these photographs, we can explore and understand the past, which, although distant, still echoes in our present.
Marilyn Monroe is known as an iconic symbol in the cinema, often remembered for her beauty and charm. However, her intelligence was also remarkable, with a K measured at 168, which is higher than Albert Einstein's. Susan Sarandon, born in Queens, New York, is the daughter of an advertiser. Her great opportunity came in 1969 when she auditioned for the movie Joe. From there, her career took off and she became a renowned actress with a successful career in the cinema. The meeting between Bob Dylan and Muhammad Ali in the backstage of Madison Square Garden in 1975. This connection between the legendary musician and the legendary boxer was significant for both at the time. No one could play the guitar like Jimi Hendrix, but before becoming a music legend, he had to explore other options. He was confronted with the choice of going to prison or enlisting in the army. Jimmy chose the army. In the 1970s, Bill Gates rode a bicycle, and his parents probably had no idea that he would become the richest man in the world. His passion for innovation and his strategic vision led him to become one of the richest people in the world. The crew of the Challenger space bus, about to embark on a mission that would become one of the most horrible space launch tragedies in history. Unfortunately, just 73 seconds after launch, the Challenger left, resulting in the loss of all 7 crew members on board. These women were part of a sinister organization led by the infamous psychopath Charles Manson, known for his long history of crimes. Manson formed his hip culture in San Francisco in 1967. Anne Margaret, the talented artist known for her dazzling beauty and multifaceted skills, broke the female elf's shackle and became a Hollywood star through a brilliant film career. In the 1970s, The Bread Boom was one of the most popular television series, and this photo captures a special moment during a charity baseball game with the LA Dodgers team in August 1973. The 1984 splash film was much more than a simple highlight for the talented Daryl Hannah. It also served as a springboard for the careers of the renowned actor Tom Hanks and the acclaimed director Ron Howard. Julia Roberts left the shadow of her older brother Eric Roberts to become an international star. Her first role on the screen was in the 1988 film Satisfaction. Christie Brinkley is one of the supermodels who have already shown on the coveted pages of the sweet issue Sports Illustrated Sports. With a career that spans since the late 70s, she has appeared in more than 500 covers of magazines, which made her one of the most widely recognized and admired faces in the world at that time. Here is an image portraying the young Damian Moore in 1981. Her radiant beauty and her magnetic presence captured the attention of many, even in old age, showing from an early age her potential as a future star. Ivanka Trump, accompanied by her father, Donald Trump, at the back of an elegant limousine. The image captures the family dynamic and the striking presence of Ivanka Trump as a prominent public figure. In the images of the film set of Back to the Future, we can see Michael Fox in action, portraying the young Marty McFly in his adventures through time. Cheryl Tagers is widely recognized as the first American supermodel. Credited for establishing the standard for what is considered a supermodel today, she was one of the first models to achieve a celebrity status. Brigitte Bardot was part of the French film and TV soap opera in the 50s and 60s. She is best known for her work with Jean-Luc Godard and Louis Malle. Throughout her career, Bardot appeared in 47 films, acted in several musicals, and recorded more than 60 songs. An iconic photo of Marilyn Monroe, taken by John Washington in 1953.
shows the legendary actress in a location in Canada during the filming of the film River of It. In return, the image captures Monroe in a unique moment. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, one of the most influential rock bands of all time, had their first years of training in the 1980s. At that time, they were just starting their musical journey and were exploring their distinctive sound.
Esther Catherine Zeta-Jones, the talented actress who grew up in her hometown in the country of Gers. Born and raised in Swansea, Zeta-Jones took her first steps in acting when she was still a child, shining on the stages of the famous West End in London. Martin and Lewis, the legendary duo of comedians who won the hearts of the public. Before becoming a phenomenon as a duo, Martin was a bohemian singer and Lewis was a comedian dubbing records. But when they got together, Martin and Lewis became a sensation. Princess Diana in a yacht in Portofino, Italy. A week before she died in 1997, Diana was looking for a personal reinvention, yearning to get away from the eyes of the public and find her own identity again. In the 1960s and 1970s, there was no star as lucrative as Natalie Wood. She started as a child actress in 1950, but it was her work in the following decades that proved that she was a true superstar. In this iconic image, we see the talented actor John Travolta waltzing with the elegant Princess Diana in the White House in 1985, on a memorable night during a gala event in Washington. Joaquin Phoenix, a renowned actor who achieved fame in his artistic career, began his journey on the screens alongside his talented brother River, consolidating himself in the television industry in 1996. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon calling home after winning the Oscar for Unnameable Genius 1997 was a historic moment, especially if you know the story of how the duo wrote the film while living together as actors in trouble. The iconic figure of Freddie Mercury, legendary vocalist of the Queen band, was known for his captivating enthusiasm. And on a memorable occasion in 1982, the singer was flagged in a train in Japan. Elton John, the renowned singer and composer, began to shine intensely from 1970, releasing a series of hits and albums that became true classics throughout the history of music. This legendary portrait of Marilyn Monroe in one of her last photos on Santa Monica Beach in 1962. Captured in a moment of relaxation by the sea, Monroe exhales a beautiful and elegant air. Princess Diana, moments before the fatal accident, while she hides in the back of a limo on the streets of Paris. Captured in a moment of intensity and tension, Diana appears seeking refuge in the back of the vehicle, possibly trying to escape the curious and intrusive eyes of the public and the press. When Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. left for the Lohan and Motel balcony in Memphis, Tennessee, the last thing he expected was to be shot down by a murderer. This photo was taken moments before he was shot down on April 4, 1968. It shows that he was a man surrounded by friends. Kelly LeBrock shone in the movie Woman Note 1000. In this classic cult of the 80s, LeBrock played the role of Lisa, a mysterious and dazzling woman who was magically raised by two nerd teenagers using her computer. George Harrison, a member of the iconic British band The Beatles, had the opportunity to capture a photograph of himself in front of the majestic Taj Mahal, long before the term selfie was even conceived. In 1989, Amy Winehouse, the future iconic British singer, was still 8 years old, living in northern London. At that age, she already showed her unique personality and her love for fashion by dressing up as a lovely Disney character, the famous Minnie Mouse. In the 1960s, a scene worthy of an icon of American popular music came to life. Frank Sinatra, the legendary singer and actor, emerging from a helicopter with his unmistakable elegance.
If you're right on the channel, leave your like and don't forget to turn on the notification bell to receive my videos.